And we are joined this morning by Kevin Johnson, President and CEO of Starbucks, at your first shareholders meeting as CEO. And you guys have a big announcement today that Starbucks is announcing 100% pay equity for men and women and people of all races who are performing similar work here in the U.S. You're also committed to achieving that globally. Comes at a time when a lot of companies are getting pushback over pay disparity. Tell us why Starbucks has made this commitment and how long it took you to reach that goal.
Well, Kate, first of all, welcome to the 26th annual meeting of Starbucks shareholders. It's great to have you here in Seattle. And Jim, we have a sunny day here, so no rain today. But, look, Kate, we have been a company that always has focused on taking care of our partners from the very beginning, whether it was health care for part-time workers, providing stock options and bean stock to our partners, to the college achievement plan. So this next step around pay equity for all genders and races that do similar work in the United States is another one of those things that we do to make sure we are taking care of our partners. Because by taking care of our partners, they in turn take care of our customers. And if we can attract the right talent and retain that talent here at Starbucks, that's what creates the magical Starbucks experience in our stores.
So this is your first annual meeting as CEO. You're coming up on your one-year anniversary on the job. The stock is up about 1/3%. It did hit its all-time high during your tenure. You will speak to shareholders today for the first time in that role. What are you going to tell them to assure them that the stock will continue to accelerate this year?
Well, first of all, I think this has been 9 years since I joined the Starbucks board, and certainly the last 3 years on the leadership team. And if you look back at this last 5 years and the work that we've done to not only build the brand, but invest in our future, and the investments we've made around things like digital, China, Starbucks Reserve, are setting the foundation for this next phase of growth. And in many ways, I think about my responsibilities to keep Starbucks moving forward to pursue that vibrant future that we have for this company. And to do that, I think requires the discernment to have the wisdom to know what things to honor and preserve, while at the same time having the courage to reimagine and boldly reinvent our future. And that's the balance we're going to talk about today at the shareholders meeting.
We look forward to hearing it. There's a ton of focus from the street on U.S. comps. You're doing a ton, from mobile order and pay, food innovation, which I got to look at firsthand at Princi yesterday, more experiential offerings with the roasteries and reserve bars. As CEO, which of those things has you most optimistic to move the needle on comps here in the U.S.?
Well, if you think about U.S. comps and what we're doing in our core stores, for me, it kind of goes back to this concept of the third place. We invented this concept of the third place, a warm, welcoming environment where customers could come and have a conversation and a connection with someone over coffee. Well, over this last 3 years, we've really transformed that third place to extend that brick and mortar experience to a digital mobile experience with our customers. And so today, we're approaching 15 million active users in our rewards program of our mobile app. And the combination of that mobile app and the convenience that it provides with the experience we create in our stores is key to this new vision of the third place. It's extending bricks and mortar to a digital mobile relationship. Now, to do that requires us to innovate. We have to innovate in the products, the beverages we serve, so things like blonde espresso, a wider range of cold beverages in the afternoons and draft. We have to continue to innovate in digital and enhance that experience. And so in many ways, what you saw yesterday at Starbucks Reserve is an innovation lab for us in terms of how we're elevating that experience for our customers across both the need state of community in our stores and the need state of convenience on our app.
Great. I know Jim Cramer has a few questions for you back in New York. Jim?
Great.
Well, first, Kevin, congratulations on your move for equal pay. That I think that will be the leader for most companies, given the fact that you guys are the beacon. Great move. There is nothing.
Thank you, Jim.
And no one in China works better with the people, has a better relationship, actual fantastic relationship with the barista's parents, which is genius. Are you at all concerned about our trade policy with China, given the fact that you probably have the best relationship across the country, across the PRC, of any company in America?
Well, Jim, first of all, we've worked very hard over an 18-plus year period to establish those relationships in China. Just in the last 5 years, we've grown in China from 700 stores to over 3,200 stores. We're investing in our partners in China, creating opportunity for them And in doing that, we feel like we have created a brand that the Chinese consumer has affinity for. Now, we're not immune to geopolitical issues that may occur, but we do work to ensure that we execute against our strategy, doing the right things for our partners in China, making the right investments, and really playing the long game. So we're aware of, geopolitical fallout that could occur, but we really want to focus on, are we doing the right things for our partners and creating the right experience for our customers in China?
I think you're doing everything you can, but what happens if the Chinese government decides to put, say, $1, the equivalent of $1.50 tariff on your coffee? Is that something that could happen?
Well, Jim, I think that's probably unlikely, but look, we're gonna manage our relationship with our partners in China, with our customers in China for the long term, and we'll navigate whatever situation comes at us. But we'll do that knowing that we have set the foundation with the right kind of relationship with our partners, the right kind of relationship with our customers, and the right relationship with the Chinese government.
Kevin, you announced a $15 million on mobile. That is a quantum jump from the last time we talked. What is happening with the app that is such an acceleration of numbers?
Well, Jim, we continue to add active rewards members to the program. But if you also recall, we are widening the aperture of our digitally connected customers by opening up mobile order and pay to non-rewards customers. So throughout this month, we've been opening up mobile order and pay. And so we're continuing to grow those digital relationships with customers. And we have plans to continue to lay the foundation for a much larger base of digitally connected customers. And we think that is a very key aspect of driving comps in the U.S.
Kevin, I've got to say, when people ask me, Jim, I need you to do something for Starbucks, I want you to, if you ever interview them, could you please tell them that there are two kinds of Starbucks? There are the ones that are owned and operated, and then there's the ones that are licensed. And the ones that are licensed, people think are just regular Starbucks, but the service isn't as good. Is there a way to get the baristas feeling better at these other places, at the licensees? I don't get the same tone. I don't get the same experience at a licensee. What can you do to unify?
Well, first of all, I would disagree a bit by saying that our license partners don't deliver a great experience. I think, certainly there are some stores that are company operated that we know we can do a better job, and there are some stores that are licensed stores that our license partners know they can do a better job. We've got great relationships with our licensed partners, and we continue to work closely with them. Many of them are here today at our shareholder meeting. And I think the challenge that customers see and outline is, how do we continue to scale the number of stores and the number of partners and deliver a consistent, great Starbucks experience each and every time? And that's something that we have to operationally work out every single day. But it starts with investing in our partners. And so announcements like the pay equity, announcements around the increase in wage and other things we've been doing all add to that.
Kevin, Wilfred Frost here. I wanted to ask you about your digital strategies. Clearly, you've been pushing very hard the idea of people ordering with their smartphone, picking up in store, so it's all a smoother process. Interested to know what you do with the data you pick up from that. How important is the protection of that data? And would you ever sell it on to monetize it further, or is it purely used internally to enhance your own consumer experience?
Yeah, first of all, we are a brand that works to build trust with our customers. And so we would never sell that data. We protect that data, and we only use that data for us to provide relevant offers and relevant communications to our customers. And that's very, very important to us. We feel like customers have put their trust in us, and we're going to continue to earn that trust each and every day.
Kevin, one last point, roastery. Next one, Milan. What do you have in mind?
Well, Jim, one of the things I learned after 3 decades in the tech industry is that when you innovate at the very high end of your product line, not only do you create a halo across all the products, but then you can take features and elements of that innovation and weave them throughout the product line. That is exactly what we are doing with the Starbucks Reserve Roasteries and the Reserve stores. So Milan is next on the list, followed, I believe, by New York, and then Tokyo and Chicago. Kate was just here yesterday visiting our new Starbucks Reserve store downstairs in our offices. And so That innovation around experience is helping us flow concepts and ideas throughout the entire brand. We're going to continue to invest in that, and we're excited about Milan.
Kevin, one last question before we wrap it up here. Last we heard from you, you were very optimistic on tax reform. Are you seeing more consumers come in and spend their tax savings at Starbucks just yet?
Well, I think it's premature to attribute any of what we're seeing in our stores to the tax reform. I do think that, for us, we made decisions to use a portion of that to invest in our partners. And I believe that was the right decision, consistent with our strategy. And I do know if we take care of our partners, they take care of our customers, and that's how we grow.
Fantastic. Kevin Johnson, thank you so much for your time this morning. Looking forward to the meeting.
Great.
Jim and Wilfred, back over to you. Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.